You guys, I just told her that her bangs were split. I'm so funny.
Get it?
I actually didn't intend on that pun, but you know, I'm just that talented sometimes.
It's Aley.
Hi, I'm Cece.
And we have Cecilia here. She's gonna help me do a movie review for Split, which we went to see about a week ago, right? Was it a week ago? Yeah, we went to see it a week ago. Even though I wanted to see it like right when it came out, but that was not possible. But it's okay. So here we have a list of the cast. By the way, we are going to try our hardest to not do any spoilers because we just don't want to ruin it for anyone. We're just going to talk about our opinion on it, what other people have said, and you know, just talk about different points in the movie. So it stars James McAvoy, Anya Taylor-Joy, Betty Buckley, Haley Lou Richardson, and Jessica Sula. So James McAvoy is obviously the main guy. He is Kevin with the 23 different personalities, and Anya Taylor is the main girl. So when I saw the trailer the first time, I really wanted to see it because I really enjoy psychological thrillers or psychological horrors. So that was my first interest in it.
I feel like the trailer really had a lot of impact on a lot of like different people. Once the trailer came out, a lot of people started having different opinions about it. Some started like boycotting it, not to like go watch it because they believe that the movie was sort of like portraying an identity disorder in the wrong and negative way, which is not exactly true, but I was really interested in it because it looked really cool, and there's really not been a movie like that before.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that it really reached a lot of people because it's not your typical, oh, bad guy type of thing, like kill type of horror.
And it involves a mental illness, which kind of, I guess, ticked off even more people.
Yeah, which in our opinion, we don't see why that's a thing because, I mean, the way I look at it is that it's actually raising awareness for it. You know, like, Betty Buckley's character, which was the psychologist, she was trying to raise awareness for it. That was her role in the movie, to try to get people to understand that these people, they existed.
Yeah, and she was like very passionate, especially over the different identity disorders. Like, she was very passionate about it. She had a very close relationship with James in the movie. But yeah, I don't want to give out too much, but it's really not what those who like say to boycott it say it is. I actually have some examples of like, okay, so this particular person had this to say: the whole controversy about Split just shows that some people on Tumblr have no idea how the real world works. The movie doesn't stigmatize mental illness because A, it's a movie, not a documentary, which at some points even drifts into supernatural territory. That's true. They are basically saying that it's not the movie that's the problem, it's the people who, based solemnly on the trailer, are already judging the movie without have watched it yet.
Yeah, which I really think you all should give it a chance because it does go into that like supernatural territory at some point, which I'll talk about the ending in a few moments, but there's just so many elements combined that I don't see why that's a problem. I do think it was a good idea that it is rated R because there's a lot of very bold scenes out there, and that might kind of trigger some people, so just be aware of that.
Okay, this person also states that these movies make it difficult to find funding for programs and therapies that could help us. These movies make the general public afraid of us. Movies like this are not to be seen. And yeah, they just say some other stuff basically saying not to watch the movie, but I feel like this person obviously has not watched the movie because of what they are saying.
Yeah, it's a very long
about the like funding and stuff. You know, after watching the movie, which we recommend watching, it's like
you would think that it would actually help to get funding for all of the people that need the help, which, like I said, it actually raises awareness in a positive way. And I know people that go through mental illnesses and such might get offended by it, but you gotta realize that other movies trigger other people as well. You know, like, people can just get easily offended by every movie if that was the case.
I also found a more positive post over it. I'm trying to find things that don't spoil it because since this is a positive review. Okay, this film, which I totally agree with, also highlights abuse/trauma victims and not in a way that makes them weak. The main character is beautiful and strong and doesn't rely on anyone else to save her. A few more things without spoiling it. And then they end the post with, stop feeding into the people that are telling you this movie is horrible. They are trying to make people with disorders more visible to the mainstream media. And I think that's exactly what this movie is doing.
This movie is actually portraying the main character, which has gone through trauma and such, as a very strong person. And if you watch the movie, you can really tell how, it's so difficult not to give any spoilers, but
yeah, like the movie is not just about him, that he becomes like this really bad guy and he's just like kidnapping these poor innocent girls. Like, it's not like that. It shows a little background about everyone in the movie.
Yeah.
And everyone was going through something different. Just like with each girl that was kidnapped, they each had very different reactions to it, and it's something you all should see for yourself as well.
Yeah, I think the main thing that I took away from this movie is that people who have gone through very difficult times are not weak people, and that I'm not saying like people that haven't gone through like terrible things should, but there's a lot of difference between someone who has had a very like a good life and such, as opposed to someone that has not. So I really like that aspect of the movie as well.
Yeah, and like, you would think that watching a trailer like that, you kind of know like the storyline just by watching the trailer, but that's not true. It's actually very, very entertaining throughout the whole thing. I feel like every second brings something new.
It was very suspenseful.
Yeah, it was very suspenseful. And then it was very suspenseful, but then like towards the middle, you're kind of like laughing a bit, but then again, you're like in suspense. It's just like, it's back and forth, very entertaining. I think it's a really good movie.
Yeah, and the director was M. Night Shyamalan, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I think he did a really good job about just feeding the audience little background, like pieces of the background story throughout the movie, so you could just like kind of piece everything together like a puzzle. But at the end of the movie, it's kind of like a cliffhanger, maybe hinting towards a part 2 or a sequel, which I would really, really enjoy. But if they stay within the psychological horror type of thing, instead of going into the supernatural category. But that's just my opinion, and I would really like to see a sequel.
I just feel like everyone should like give it a chance and then give your opinion afterwards.
Yeah, but if you all have seen it, like, let us know down in the comments your opinion on it, and if you plan to see it, let us know as well. But yeah, I don't know, what were your final thoughts about it for the future or something?
For the future, I kind of did want a bit more of explanation towards the end, but really what movie doesn't leave you thinking about what like happens next and stuff. But overall, I feel like it was a really entertaining movie. It did give a lot of, how should I say this? a lot of curiosity to look into the disorder and to look into the different behaviors like the ones shown in the movie. So
yeah, and there were hints of humor here and there as well, so that was very refreshing. It was great. So I hope you all enjoyed our review. Those were just our opinions. If you have your own, then I would respect that and everything. But let us know. We would love to hear about it. And please like and subscribe for more. Thanks, Cece, for being here.
Yay.
And I appreciate you guys because